Okay, so last we left off, you guys had rescued the, well, infamous Cotton, although only infamous, I guess, in certain circles, from the clutches of the Fragile, and were in the process of taking him back to your room at the, I believe, you were at the Lazy Dragon? What was the name?
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had arrived at that and turned in for the evening to perform a long rest.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
And there we are.
I don't think the stream is started.
Yeah.
It's got the BRB screen up.
Oh, well,
That
yes,
was
it does have this. Oh, there you
But
go.
yeah.
Alright, we're all ready.
Here we go. Yep, you're good.
So, you guys have slept. I'm assuming you guys arranged the room situation so that somebody could keep an eye on Cotton all night. When you were watching him, as soon as you said, "Hey, we're done for the evening," he's like, "Cool," and he grabbed a bowl of soup and then went up to the room and immediately fell asleep, curled up at the foot of somebody's bed like a puppy.
You what, mate? Where you going?
And it is now
How many
the following
months
morning.
do I need to be subbed until I'm allowed to punch Tom Cotton in the
He's
face?
evil.
47 is the answer to your sub question, Colonel. 47 months, because you can just go punch him in the face right now.
Perfect. Now I know.
Yep. Feel free. Knock yourselves out. So, what are you guys doing? It's morning time. You've just the sun has risen. You have just woken from your various slumbers and or studyings, whatever it is that you do, for a long rest, and Tom Cotton is still snoring happily, curled up at the foot of, let's say, Slexy's bed. Slexy makes him feel safe.
Lexi makes us all feel safe.
You make me feel safe.
Okay. Is he awake when I get up?
No, he is still contentedly snoring. He is curled up around the now empty bowl of soup that he stole from the downstairs on his way up to the room.
Oh, awesome.
So
So
what do we need to know from this character before we turn him over to Bernice?
I mean, what he did with the thing he stole might be a good place to start. Just a
Yeah.
off the cuff suggestion. Might be one way to go, but you're welcome to ask him whatever you guys want to ask him. I don't know what you guys want to know. You tell me, or rather, you tell him.
yeah,
So my thinking is we want to know. It's like we want to know what happened with the thing they stole, but we also need to know who to go, like where to go next. Like, oh, who put you up to this job, champ? Kind of thing.
Okay. So you want to wake him up and ask him?
The dog thinks so.
Yeah, I'm fine waking him up and
Okay. Well, you take your boot and roll him off the end of the bed, and he falls to the floor. Punk! And he's like, morning. We're all still here. Yay! Hooray! Breakfast?
of course we're all. Yeah.
Ooh, I'll order room service. And he
but-
runs over to the bell pull and starts yanking on it.
Can we kill him now?
I'll gently, I guess.
If you want to
pull
roll
back and be
initiative, Colonel, you can.
I'm just brainstorming aloud.
I reach over and grab my shield.
Okay, well, the maid comes to the door, and she's like, "Yes, you rang?" And he's like, breakfast for everyone! Oatmeal and wheat cakes and flapjacks and, ooh, just all the various jams and jellies. Bring us everything you've got. One of everything."
I'm gonna as he's
And then
trying
he turns
to say
to
that.
you guys and says, "What are you guys having?"
Oh God. Just one second, Tom, and I'm gonna.
The maid is bustles off to...
visibly cringes.
Yeah, I'm gonna step with the maid over to a corner and be like, please don't do anything that this man says. He is not on our tab. Like,
So you
I'm gonna
want
chat with her and be like,
breakfast?
ignore him completely, please.
I mean, you can definitely afford to feed the guy.
We're not. I'm not putting any money into his mouth.
Okay.
Listen, Tom, we'd love to give you some jams and jellies, but
Well, I
got
mean,
a few questions we got to ask you first.
That's fine. We can do it over breakfast, ma'am. Off with you. And he points to the maid. He's like, "Oh, wait, your guys' order. I'm sorry. What did you guys want? We'll all have breakfast. We'll have a chat. It'll be delightful."
Is there an equivalent of a breakfast burrito?
Sure.
A fantasy breakfast.
Okay,
I mean, you could just
Yeah,
say,
I'll
"Bring
have
me
one
a
of
breakfast
those.
burrito." They have all the foods here. This is
Okay.
you're staying in a pretty nice place.
Yeah, I'll take a breakfast burrito.
Ah, yes, a whole plate of them. Tom Cotton wags his finger at the maid. A whole plate of
I'll-
those things. Sound delicious.
I'll get some tea and some fruit.
Fruit and tea. All of the fruits. A whole cart of lettuce. The maid looks a little annoyed, but she's taking notes.
And
No,
Margate's looking
not
at
that
her
much.
like clearly like just don't actually.
When you guys give her, she makes a nod, like she understands that this guy's an idiot.
Okay.
I'd like to order a lawyer's breakfast, also known as a cup of coffee and a cigarette, please.
She nods. Yes, sir. Very good, sir. Writes it down in her note. Lawyer's breakfast, coffee, cigarettes.
Just gonna bring up a little tray, like sping camels
With a pipe.
Okay, so buddy,
Anything else
I was
then?
hoping you could tell.
Make off with you. Cotton claps at the maid, and she looks very annoyed at that. She gives him a stink eye, and then she toddles off. So we were saying breakfast. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Go ahead, good chap. He's looking at Barnatas.
So what happened with the the round glowing the glowing ball that you were involved with?
Of course I gave it to Melania.
Ooh,
Melania. You know, tall lady, strange accent, tends to wear high heels, hangs around Baron Donaldo a lot. Maybe his wife, I'm not quite sure.
You didn't happen to have a piece of paper with anything like that written down, would you? Like orders or receipt?
No. They were supposed to give me a big bunch of bags of gold so that my friends and I could, honestly, just to give you a bit of a backstory, I'm not, he like punches down and whispers like he's being super conspiratorial. I'm not a very good thief.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, it's basically it's an open secret among the Thieves Guild. I only got this job because my dad is rich, so
yeah, that was gonna be one of my.
But you're so eloquent and quiet.
Oh, even a bad thief is still a thief, and he like does a little martial pose. But still, I really feel as though I would like to retire from this life, and I saw my opportunity and took it. So, Donaldo promised me that if I were to get him the crystal, once the thieves had absconded with it from Zenobia's tower, that he would pay me handsomely, and that I could retire to the countryside, where I could pursue my interests, shall we say.
Aren't you already rich?
I mean, one can never be too rich or too thin.
Or too thin.
Says the guy who ordered a giant breakfast.
He's pretty skinny.
A wagon full of breakfast.
That's it. He's pretty skinny.
He's one of those guys that can eat anything and not gain weight.
Speaking of which, at this point, the maid comes back into the room wheeling a conference table, effectively. It is laden with food. Everything that you guys requested, including Biddy's coffee and cigarettes. She has a carafe of coffee and a carton of cigarettes set on the one side as well. But yeah, there's all kinds of delicious food here. And then she goes, anything else?
That'll be all, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Very well, then. She toddles off. And Cotton, as soon as the food cart gets wheeled in, immediately starts cramming like pastries and shit in his mouth.
Ugh.
He's really good. You should try the jammy ones. He's getting like jelly all over his face, and imagine like a 4-year-old going to Denny's. That's what he looks like.
Oh boy.
These waffles, good. Anyway, what we're talking about? He's like.
So
how did
you get this contract? Like, are you personal friends with Donaldo, like, or Melania? Like, what? How did this come about?
Oh, I met Evarina one day over at the Body Mate, and she seemed also interested in the thing. But, I originally had a deal with her to steal it from the thieves and give it to her instead of Donaldo, but then Melania made a better offer, so I decided to give it to her instead, and then Evarina found out that I crawfisted, and she had her monster beat me up. This is why I went out of this life. It's all intrigues within intrigues, and honestly, I'm just poorly suited to this level of. It's just everything's so complicated. I really just want to yell at brown people. That's what I was told it would be happen when I became a member of the Council of Thieves. Is that most of my time I just get to yell at brown people, and I almost never get to do that anymore.
What part of the Thieves Guild?
Can I just size this guy up?
Public
to see
relations, man. Public
bullshit?
relations. Don't you know the thieves have to have a scapegoat? We've got to have someone to blame for our thieving.
Oh God,
The brown people. That's what we do. We steal things and blame it on brown people. That's the perfect job for me. But I don't get to do it anymore.
I'm just sitting in a corner drinking my tea.
Yeah, Marty's getting himself a cup of coffee.
Arnatos is just enjoying his burrito and sort of like trying to get a read off of Cotton. Like,
Make an insight check.
Where's my 20s?
There's a whole pile here.
Okay. I have a 24.
He seems utterly without guile. It's almost like he's too stupid to lie.
Okay.
So Evarina sent the monster that was beating you up in the warehouse?
Indeed. When she found out that I was going to give the thing to Minalia, she was very cross. Very cross indeed. She yelled at me, called me a racist. And a hillbilly.
How shocking.
We didn't actually find the people who were interrogating him, did we? They weren't there. He was just moaning.
Well, based on the conversation you're getting here, you got the impression that he was getting the shit beat out of him by the Fragile.
Okay.
So, question: How did you actually steal the crystal? Like, who actually?
Oh, good lord, no! What would I ever stoop to something as petty as theft? Please.
Oh God.
True
something
theft
about
is
being a member of the Thieves Guild, maybe?
Well, I mean, I was in the PR department. I mostly just, like I said, my job is blaming our crimes on brown people. That's what I do. Well, or at least what I used to do. But there are better ways to steal. You just convince the people to vote against their own interest, and then they just give you money.
Oh, God. So do you know who actually pulled off the job?
No idea. I can't. We have some very talented actual thieves in the guild, of course, but I don't. Let's just say we don't run in the same circles.
Then how did you get the crystal out from the Thieves Guild? Like, surely they've.
I walked into the treasury and just picked it up and walked out with it.
You had that kind of clearance?
I mean, yes, of course. I'm on the Council of Lords, the Thieves Council. They're only, I'm one of the top 100 thieves.
I'm so disheartened to hear that.
Well, it's all, I have political power, he says. And now he looks cross at the colonel and he throws a small biscuit at you.
Just watch it, bud.
Mocking my powers. Not everyone is a petty thief. Some of us are good thieves. You want to steal 100 gold? I want to steal 100 million gold. It's a matter of scale.
Martinique's really having a hard time keeping his...
The best thieves aren't the kind of picking pockets out on the street. That's for peasants. Real thieving takes political power.
I'm gonna take a smoke break. I'll be back. Martinique's gonna grab...
You grab a pack, yeah. You could grab a pack of mini smokes.
Oh. Yeah, point of contention is it when you're talking about large scale. Isn't it more like grift? Isn't that the appropriate term, sir?
I would simply call it good fiscal policy, my dear.
For an idiot, this guy kind of knows a lot about how the world works.
I mean, you guys seem to think I'm an idiot. I am not an idiot.
Insight check.
He is very clearly an idiot. He is.
Okay.
That's an automatic, everyone can tell.
You don't need to roll for that one. Your passive perception is good enough to know that this man is a catastrophic idiot. He just, in the course of this conversation, he has confessed to 10 crimes that could get him hung. Or hanged, rather.
Hanged.
Anyway, anything else, or should we just, am I free to go? No, I'm finishing my waffles, of course. He pours a big pile of syrup over a stack of Belgian waffles.
Yeah, so how would you feel about, joining us for an adventure, champ?
Oh,
we get you out of the game.
Terribly afraid that will not be happening, no. Absolutely. Under no circumstances am I to be allowed within 500 feet of an adventure. I think there may be a court order.
What if we get ice cream first?
I mean, the maid will bring us some if you want ice cream. Should I pull the bell? He's reaching for the bell cord again.
No,
we know a special place that has really good ice cream, Cotton. We'll take you there.
But he slaps his hand away from the bell pull. It's like, no. No, I'm good. I think I'll just, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really rather just go back home.
Where is your home?
I mean, I live with the Thieves Guild. I'm one of the 100 most influential thieves.
It's true. Should
Yeah, let's take you home.
Oh, you know what? I've always wanted to see the Thieves Guild. You should. Can you give us a tour with your position?
could you introduce us to Bernice?
I mean, I'm relatively certain that you've met Bernice, but sure, we can go talk to Bernice.
Perfect. That sounds great. Let's all go. Let's all head there.
Okay. So, yeah, all right. Well, let's just finish breakfast then. And he starts demolishing his stack of Belgian waffles. Is there anything else you guys want to ask him before you go to the Thieves Guild?
You know why? Sorry.
How do you get your instructions? Do we?
I'm
Was
sorry,
that
I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
Was that how he got hired for the job initially? Like, how did he initially get hired? Did I ask that? Was that what led to Everina in the band?
Oh, I met Marie. He mentioned that he met Everina in a bar. Yeah. Then she approached him with the idea, and then Manalia met
Everina, so it was a double cross, and that's why
he bumped into her. And correct, he bumped into her, and she offered him more money to do the same thing he was already going to do.
Gotcha. So did we? So he gave the crystal ball to Marina. What is the fantasy version of
Malinia?
Okay.
Malinia. Yes, he gave her. Well, yes, he was going to, but then he gave it to her, and then he was kidnapped by Everina and the Fragile.
Okay, but he had already completed.
Oh wait, sorry, it's Manalia. Sorry, I missed
Manalia.
it. Manalia, yes. But so the last he saw, he was giving it to Manalia, and then on his way home from that, he was kidnapped by Everina and the Fragile.
Okay, so that's the last known set of hands that have been on the ball.
That is correct.
Where could we find Manalia?
I mean, Manalia is usually at the Body Mage. She runs it.
Body Mage.
Okay. And is that a thing I could find easily on the map?
The Body Mage? You've passed it, actually, as your travels around the city. It is a large tavern and reputed brothel.
Ah.
Okay.
So you know where that is, yes, without a doubt.
Wife of what's-his-face. Okay.
Donaldo?
Donaldo.
Or she's associate.
So we're off to the Thieves Guild with Mr. Cotton then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, he gets up and he's got like crumbs all over him and he's sticky with syrup and jam. He's like, all right then, let's go.
So I'm just gonna follow.
All right, you guys gather up your stuff.
I want to position myself close to him so that if he tries to do anything funny, I can grab him.
Okay. So you're walking right next to him. He jumps up and heads downstairs, walks outside, goes down, turns around the back of the bar, pries up a manhole. He's like, a little help here, because you can tell he's having trouble getting the sewer grate up. He's really struggling. Guys, can I help?
What? Yeah, I'll come over. I'll lift it.
Okay. It's so you grab it and open it up, and then he's like, here we go, and jumps down.
Alright.
Oh, goodness. He pulls out a handkerchief that's also sticky with syrup and jam and starts waving it in front of his face because it does kind of smell like shit.
Ugh.
Come on!
Yeah, drop him down.
Alright, you guys follow him down. He leads you through the sewers for a little bit. You turn... basically, every time there's an intersection or a turn, he seems to choose the largest way. And soon, the smell of, awful and human excrement fades, and you're basically just walking down a dry tunnel underground that's quite large and comfortable. And then you progress down that for a bit, and then there start to be torches every couple 100 feet along the wall, so it's actually reasonably well lit and you can see. And ultimately, you wind up back where you were several days ago, standing outside with the two bored-looking halflings who are in front of what seems to be like a makeshift wooden barricade with a door in it.
Awesome.
Howdy, folks. We're back.
Quiet, you. Cotton reaches over and slaps at your shoulder, Bartatos, and he's like, gentlemen, open the door, please. I have returned. And one of the halflings goes, yep. Can't... he seems genuinely confounded, and the other guy goes, holy fuck, man, holy fuck, and just opens the door. And he's like, go on in, I'm sure. You know what, hold on. And the other guy just takes off at a run down the hall, and then the other halfling who seems still capable of speech is like, just go in, someone will be right with you.
Just going in.
So Cotton is just wandering down the hall like he owns the place, just like full of swagger and stride. You can see the little halfling sprinting down into the distance, running ahead. He ducks into one of the offices, and then there's a bit of a commotion. And several other thieves go running out of that room into other various and sundry rooms. And Cotton just moseys on down, wanders over to one door, reaches into his breast pocket, pulls out a very large and ornate-looking key, and opens the door and goes into a regular, what appears to be just like an office. Sits behind the desk and starts shuffling papers.
I'm just gonna go in the room, stand behind the door a bit, and just wait.
Well, it's very kind of you guys to escort me back to my office, but I'm home safe now. I think we're good. You guys should.
I think we're gonna wait a couple minutes to see what happens next, my dude.
I mean,
I feel like I should go see what the people were all running off to do.
Okay, well, Bardatos, you look down the hall, and there are about a dozen people. One of whom is a make a perception check. See if you recognize them.
15.
One of them seems strangely familiar. You can't readily put a name with a face, but they seem like something about the way they move seems a little familiar, but you're not sure who it is. They continue coming closer. There's an army of them. When they get to the office, they're like, one side. The halfling in the lead, who you vaguely recognize, pushes you out of the way. Comes in and he's like, "Holy cup! I can't believe." His hands are in the air, waving around, or her hands are in the air, waving around. You seem they seem genuinely flustered. The other people that are with him, which is just like a various assortment of other, well dressed, but also mostly clad in like leather armor, carrying swords. They look like day-to-day thieves that are behind him, all seem flabbergasted. And Cotton looks up and goes, "What?" And the lead person, who everybody make a perception check. Actually, probably one of you will recognize her.
13 plus 8.
17.
21.
Okay, Colonel, it's very clearly Bernice, but she is wearing a very, very good disguise.
Cool.
So she is currently disguised as a male halfling, and also appears to be in the midst of maybe having a stroke. You've never seen a face that red before. She's making noises, but they mostly are just... Yeah, it's just sounds of like, oh, what, like, I came back with the gall. It's just like apoplectic with rage, and the other thieves behind him start whispering like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, the fucking guy is, why the fuck would he come? How could he possibly be this stupid? He's one of the 100. Nobody is this dumb." And finally, Bernice just, okay, everybody, calm it, everything, calm down. You, and you. And Cotton's like, "I really don't see what the issue is here. I mean, are we thieves or are we not thieves?"
Marty's just like having a ball.
"We're here to steal. This is what I do. This is what all of us do." And Bernie's like, "That's it. Enough. You." And he just reaches over and grabs the rapier off the belt of one of the guys that's with him, and he stabs Tom Cotton in the throat. He pins him to the chair. He's like, "That's it. Enough. I've had enough of this. I can't take any more. Today it's done. We've done things. It's over. Cotton is done. The problem is solved. Somebody clean up this mess. You guys come see me in my office, but honestly, I'm gonna need a minute. Go wait and you guys take them to..." You can tell he's as angry as he's ever been. He just wanders down the hall, kicking stuff and knocking things off shelves and throwing his hands up just in an utter rage, and wanders back down to his office.
I want to make sure Tom Cotton's dead.
He's definitely dead. One of the other thieves is like, "Ooh, gross." You guys want to come with us while somebody cleans that up?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So they lead you down into like a nice little like plush waiting room office, and they're like, hey, she's gonna need a minute to calm down. I've seen her mad before. She's excitable by nature, but honestly, I've never seen her that mad. ever. I don't think I've ever seen anyone that mad. Did you see the veins in her face?
I was a little worried that they would stroke out there, so I'm glad that they're okay.
She may have. You know what? I'm gonna go fetch a cleric. You guys wait here.
That might be a good idea.
Quick question out of character.
Sure.
Why don't you put on a little show for us? I'm feeling in such a good mood all of a sudden. I'd love some music while we wait.
He's already gone.
I'm talking to Bartathas now.
I actually was going to pull out the guitar and play whatever the lute and play the equivalent of Wonderwall for everybody.
Okay.
Was our job to find him or to kill him?
It doesn't matter.
You were just supposed to find him.
Okay.
And we did and brought him back, and then they killed him.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. I just making sure.
Yep.
So you guys listen to Bartathas play Liam and Noel Gallagher's greatest hit, even though those people don't exist in this world. And then about 25 minutes later, the thief from before comes back. He's like, yeah, so the cleric got her calmed down a bit. Why don't you head down to her office right this way? And he leads you down to Bernice's office and shows you inside.
Great.
Okay.
Please have a seat, everyone. I'm sorry about my earlier outbursts. Just, you know what? I don't even want to think about it anymore. My blood pressure is getting out of control. Even just the situation. The matter is closed. The matter is closed. Closed. I say closed. That's it. Okay. So, where's the ball?
So
I'm
according
assuming you got it back?
So we actually
we learned Menalia has the ball. He was taken.
Wait a minute. What I'm hearing here is you didn't do the thing we hired you to do yet. I mean, it's all well and good that you brought Cotton back. Fuck that guy forever. What a piece of shit. I hate people with powerful parents. That's all I'm going to say. I hate people with powerful parents.
He said he was coming back, and we just kind of wanted to see what was going to happen.
Yeah, this was really just a detour for us. We hope you don't mind. This was a bonus.
I mean, I can appreciate your opinion, and I'm sure it was satisfying, but also I feel like the job that we hired you to do is not done, because I said bring me the thing, and the thing is not here. So,
don't worry, we'll get you the thing.
Yeah, gonna need you to go get the thing, so why don't you guys go about going and getting the thing, and then come back when you actually have the thing.
Did she have any information?
You didn't need to come here to watch me kill Cotton, although, again, I mean, I can't blame you. Would have done the same. I mean, I killed him.
I have a professional question for you, Bernice.
Okay, I mean, I don't know as would necessarily peers, but what's up?
What can you tell me about the body maid?
Oh, it's a brothel. People go there and pay money for sex. So that's yeah. Also, it's a nice bar. They got really good IPA there, like a winter apple crisp thing. It's really good. Reminds me of my home. Anything else?
Do you know anything? What can you tell us about Menalia?
I mean, it's Donaldo's wife, so probably you want to be careful with that. I think she may hate him more than anybody else in the city. They don't really seem to get along, and every time I've seen them in each other's company, which admittedly, not often, we don't really run in the same circles, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, she basically just spits at him anytime he comes close, so technically his wife, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't know. Rich people confuse me.
Any idea why
I'm going to offer kind of like the knowing nod and kind of half-hearted shrug, like, yeah, I get you.
Okay. Biddy?
I was just...
Bernice winks at you.
We should ask...
Go ahead, Biddy, I'm sorry.
We should just ask Bernice if she knows why Everina might be at odds with Menalia, or if she knows anything about Everina at all.
I mean, Everina's his daughter. If there's anybody who hates him as much or more than Menalia, it's probably her. She also despises him. I have no idea what the source of that is, but they hate each other too. Nobody likes Donaldo. I mean, shit, you guys don't like him and you're just freshened off the fucking turnip truck. Nobody likes that guy. He's a dick. He's just, a rich dick. And he will never die. So we're kind of fucked.
Why would Everina and Menalia be working against each other then here? It seems like their interests would be aligned.
I mean, that's an interesting theory. You should probably go ask one of them. I don't know. Again, rich people confuse me. I don't know what the shit they do doesn't make any sense to me. There's a reason I steal stuff for a living. I work honest. I mean, I'll rob a guy, but I'm not going to kill his family. I may pick his pocket, but I'm only taking what he can afford to lose and then only to redistribute to those who are in greater need. I'm an honest man with an honest living, even though I engage sometimes in not necessarily fully honest things.
Yeah, we're more the kill the whole family type of people, apparently. But,
I kind of got that impression when I met you, yeah. There's a reason that, I'm sure, I mean, there's always a reason Zenobia does anything, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons she sent you to me. Kind of a kill them all, let God sort them out kind of thing. You guys are the outsiders from outside the system of politics that we have here in Zenobia that admittedly ain't so great. You guys, you're a fresh face. You're an outsider who's capable of getting the institutional change that we need.
We're just happy to be
Or
here.
maybe you were just convenient and expendable. I mean, it's also probably that.
I'm going to nod in the background. Like, yeah, that's more
Okay. Anyway, I can't help but notice that the thing is not here yet, and you guys are still not out of my office and getting the thing. So,
I'm going to get up to. I'm going to like kind of move to leave with like kind of the polite nod, like thanks.
Okay. Would you get up and leave the room, and nobody?
Yep.
I'll let you walk out.
Let's go.
Yeah. We all go.
What do you guys say? I mean, I imagine we're about to go to the Body Maid, but what do you all say to a shopping trip before
hang
that
on.
if we have a little time?
It's early morning. If you got to run some errands, you can run some errands. The Body Maid actually doesn't even open until a little afternoon anyway. So,
is it possible for me to go back to Cotton's office and see if there's anything there worth stealing?
Sure, you can peek in on the way out. When you look in, is there stuff worth stealing? Probably, yeah. But do you want to rob the Thieves Guild?
Steal?
No, I was thinking about like his personal effects, like not like Thieves Guild shit.
I mean, there are some knickknacks and nothing that's super duper valuable. I mean, nothing that really would strike you as being worth risking getting the ire of the people that you're working for.
Nothing.
Can you just like look over his papers and see if there's any?
Exactly.
I mean, he doesn't seem like a particularly literate man, but maybe some sort of records or something.
I mean, if you go in his office and look around, the only thing that's still in there is there's a hole in the chair where you can tell somebody pulled the point of a rapier out. There's some blood stains on it, and there's also a blood stain on the floor that leads out of the room. It looks like somebody drug him out of here. Other than that, when you open like the drawers to his desk and whatnot, there's like the fantasy equivalent of crayons and papers and like drawings of houses and stuff. It's like, here's a puppy, and it's a bad drawing of a dog. So, make an investigation roll. Anybody who's participating.
Sure. 16.
19.
Okay, you guys like start looking through his papers, and from what you see, it's very clear that nobody trusted him with anything important at all. The closest thing you found to anything that even looks like an adult piece of writing is something that is the rough equivalent of the copy of the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. That's the closest thing you find to anything instructive. Most of the rest of it is just like crudely drawn pictures of brown people with like arrows in their faces and stuff.
Wow.
Deep thinker, I can tell. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I guess nothing to see here. Let's get out of here.
Okay, you guys wander out of the Thieves Guild, and the two halflings are still sitting there, back to looking bored. They're like, well, that was interesting. You guys, every time you guys show up, it's a red letter day. You guys really ought to, I don't know, maybe get out of town. You guys seem like trouble knows where you're at pretty much all the time. I'd say it was looking for you, or that you were looking for it, but you pretty much just seem to run in the same circle. Like, the Venn diagram of you and trouble is a circle.
Yeah, we didn't choose the Adventure Guild life. It chose us, that sort of thing. Right?
That's not how it works in my experience. Pretty sure you got to sign a contract, but whatever helps you sleep at night, kid.
Any tips on staying out of trouble, since you seem to know this city pretty well?
I'm a thief. Do I look like the kind of guy who you want to go to for not getting in trouble advice?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're still not locked up and you're a thief,
Where do you lay low?
You do seem like the right guy to ask, actually.
Join the Thieves Guild. That's my advice, then. If you want to go around and looking for a life of trouble, getting in trouble, and not getting in trouble for the trouble you cause, become a thief. Works great.
Can we do that? Should we do that?
No,
I mean,
we're not doing that right now.
Have you been invited?
Fair enough. I would think Bernice would give us a
I mean, it
little
ain't like we got a
invitation.
sign-up sheet, kid. This is one of those kind of you do some tryouts sort of thing, and then we decide whether or not you're worth letting onto the team. Go steal some shit,
Bring him
kid.
back
You
to
steal enough of it,
Vegas.
eventually you'll come to our attention.
All right.
Plus, we should probably finish the one job we've been hired for before we try to, make a big impression.
The thief points at Martinique and goes, "This guy gets it."
Yeah, I'm just going to just kind of keep walking, like, the polite, like, well,
Let's get
see
out.
it.
Okay, so you start walking down one tunnel. The guy's like, hey, wait a minute, kid. You're going the wrong way. And he points you down another different tunnel. That way, take a left, then a right, up the ladder. You'll be, that's, you should come out close to the Grand Bazaar there.
Thank you.
Can't have you getting lost down here and starving to death. I understand Bernice has got you, going to get the thing.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
That's
Nod.
yelling at us anyway.
See you around, Dad.
Let's go get the thing.
Like,
Yeah.
hopefully soon,
let's,
with the thing.
Yep, so gonna leave and get out of the tunnels.
Okay, so you guys crawl up, and sure enough, you come out after, you come up like a block away from the Grand Bazaar. You're in an alley behind what appears to be a tannery. It smells like crap. But you came out exactly where the guy said you would. You're about a block away from the Grand Bazaar.
Shopping time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan? What's everybody want to do then?
Well, I'll just tag along with someone. I don't really have a lot I want to do.
I was gonna look for some magic armor.
Okay. So
Well, hold on. Before we split up, you're Bartatos. You're the one holding our spoils, right? We have some money that we can that we've sort of looted.
Some of it's still in lockup as evidence. Like we had we had a large and ornate Donaldo tapestry. We had a bronze crown with it. We had a robe with that embroidered on it, and the creepy statuette of Everina.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
let's not sell anything that looks like stolen goods. But if
well,
we
that
have
stuff
any
is
money-
actually not in your possession currently.
Yeah.
That stuff is in
Yeah.
evidence at the that stuff is taken into evidence at the police precinct.
We're probably not going
Do
to
we
get it
have
back.
any? I mean, I have that cloak in my possession that I'm going to sell, and I'm happy to distribute those funds. But do we have other stuff like that we should be?
So what you got back was you got the robe of eyes because they didn't know that you stole that since you were wearing it at the time. They just thought it was your shirt. The Berserker's Ass and Axe and the Staff of Withering, those you also have. And then there was gold, which any of the gold stuff that you had, you still have because they couldn't tell whether that was just money you had or whether it was money that you stole.
Yeah, how much gold was it? I don't know how much gold.
I
we
don't think
collected.
I don't think that was recorded actually.
I mean, you got some gold when you raided the place. I believe Bartatos wrote it down.
Yeah, I think it was about 250 worth of random crap. And
That
various
matches
items?
that matches my notes. I believe there was 250
Okay,
in
so
cash.
not very
250 gold
much.
pieces
Alright.
cash, yeah. But you do have
Alright.
the Berserker Axe, the Staff of Withering, and the Robe of Eyes, and those are reasonably valuable. That staff in particular
I'll
is
take-
relatively valuable.
What does the staff do, and does anybody need it? I guess maybe I should look that up.
It's a staff that it has some charges. When you hit somebody with it, you can use the charges to do extra damage.
Does
It's like
anybody?
necrotic damage, I think, or something.
It does do
Does that
extra
make
necrotic
sense for
damage,
anybody
correct.
to
At the time when you guys had it initially, it didn't seem like anybody was interested in wielding it, no.
And the axe the same, right? So
It is-
let's take the.
Well, the
robe
axe is
back.
cursed, so...
I do have remove
I
curse,
thought-
although I didn't prepare it.
So that axe is a cursed item.
All right.
So, do you guys want to try and hork that stuff? Bartatos said he's going to go look for some magic armor.
I don't have anything specific I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if you guys sell it. None of it's stuff I want, but I really
You killed a horse!
I was trying to move
The colonel has murdered a horse. Give me my
Poor
horse
horse.
back. Poor horse. Now he's dead.
I kind of trust Silk to he has the pretty high charisma. Seems like a good talker. I kind of trust him to sell things. Or
So
Yeah,
if you remember, you
You should
guys.
bring Martinique for the sex appeal boost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going
Oh,
to say, if
yeah.
you guys remember, you do know a place where they buy and sell magical weapons, and that one of the people that works at their shop was recently inside and had him inside of Martinique. So
Yeah, it was a good time.
it went both ways. So maybe you might want to go back to Aaron's awesome magical weapons.
Yeah.
They don't do armor
It's
there;
like
they just do weapons. So you'll have to go to a different spot if you're looking for armor. But
Can unload the Berserker axe.
Can we sell the robe there, or no? You have to sell that somewhere else.
the robe would not be the kind of thing that Aaron typically deals in. You'd need to find
Okay.
another vendor for that. Yeah.
Well, let's sell all that stuff, distribute the money, and then do some shopping.
Sure.
So we're heading over to Aaron's. I guess going as a crew. You're splitting up. How are we divvying up the labor?
Let's go as a crew so we can. Well, I'll split up so I can sell the robe somewhere else, and then let's meet back up. and
Okay,
split
so
up the
Biddy
money.
wanders off to look for an armor
I'll
or
go with
armory. And Martinique and
Yeah,
Bardatos are going to Aaron's?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. Do you not want to go with Biddy for armor? Bardatos?
I would probably stop and sell the crap that we want to get rid of first, and then
Yeah, let's get our
Then
money
go to
first.
armor.
And then,
Okay, so
and then
everybody's
do
just
it
going to go to
shopping.
Aaron's. That's cool. All right, you guys head over to Aaron's awesome magical weapons and walk in, and your little friend, Colonel, is behind the counter. She's like, oh, hello. Back for seconds, I see, sailor. She gives you a lascivious wink.
How's business?
Well, our business has been fantastic. She walks up and pats you on the ass and gives you a peck on the cheek.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean over the counter and give her a kiss. So.
As for business in the shop, not super awesome. A lot of upheaval lately. People haven't really been buying weapons, which is weird because you'd think they'd be spending more. And usually these meta hat idiots are constantly buying weapons, but lately things have been pretty quiet, and I don't know what to make of it. I'm
Really?
confused. Yeah.
Huh.
Usually they'd be in here asking for, like tactical lights to clip onto their shield and stuff. But we haven't had, one, we don't sell that because we steal real shit here. But two, they haven't been in to pester us, which I guess is nice, but also not great. Why are you
Is
guys
that-
here? I mean, other than you, and she leans over and sticks her tongue, and Martinique's here.
Well, we've got some stuff we wanted to offload here, but
Okay. Well, she is, Aaron, hey, business! And the scruffy old guy comes out like, what do you got?
Martinique just wants to keep flirting with his.
Oh, she's taking you. She's like, as soon as she calls Aaron, she grabs your hand and leads you over into the corner for some light groping.
I'm gonna assume that Bardathos can handle the rest of the transaction.
he doesn't like.
He did not like me.
So there is a small, very scurrilous and rough Kemp gnome looking at. He's like, "You got some stuff? What do you got, kid?"
We have this berserker.
You look
axe.
familiar
It's
a little bit.
cursed.
He puts his glasses down and squints at you. Oh, you're that guy. Well, at least you're being honest this time. You got a cursed axe. Oh, well, let me take a look at it. Anything else?
We also have this staff of withering.
Oh, hey, that's a good looking stick. All right, come on over then, kid. Let's go back to my office and take a look at what you got. And he leads you back into a room that is some manner of workshop. There's like tools everywhere and like weapons in various states of repair and or construction. There's a small forge cooking in one corner of the room. It looks like a guy who knows his stuff. And he takes the staff over to a table and pulls on this weird piece of like magical glass headgear. Starts looking at, making noises to himself of vague interest as he looks up and down the stick. Like, yeah, it's pretty good, fully charged too. And then he brings over and he's like, let's take a look at his axe then. And he gets a different set of goggles that have red lenses, straps those on, and starts looking. He's like, oh, yep, definitely cursed. Berserker's axe. Yep. Well, there's a market for this sort of thing, kid, although you probably ain't going to get a super amount for it. What'd you have in mind, price-wise?
Someone do it, like, I don't know, Arcana or whatever type of check to figure out what a normal like market price for these things would be.
So rough market price for this kind of stuff would usually be, so for the staff would usually be about 2,500 gold, and for the axe usually around 1,000. So like 3,500 gold would be average market price for selling these two types of items.
I don't know, ask
So-
for 4K or something.
So, well,
So that's what he
I would
wants
think
to sell.
something like 3,000 for the pair. would
All
probably
right.
be-
Well, if you're gonna offer 3,000, he's not even gonna haggle. He'd be like, sold. Let's ring it up.
I
mean, that's fine.
It's still a lot of gold.
Unless you want to haggle.
So he takes the staff on his way out. He's like, sold, kid, let's do this. He grabs the axe and takes it over, and he takes the axe to the back, and there's a special rack that says, discount, all items sold as is, no returns, no refunds, and he hangs the axe next to a bunch of other somewhat disreputable looking magic items, and then he wanders closer to the front of the store, goes over to the staff section, and throws the Staff of Withering into what looks like a bucket with a bunch of other magical staffs in it. Come on, kid. We got stocks put away. Let's get your money. He takes you up to the front and starts opening like a cash box and counting out gold. And actually, he's not going to count out gold. He gets 3 diamonds and stats them on the table in front of you. There you go. Pleasure doing business with you, kid. See you around. He locks the lockbox and puts it back in and goes back into his little workspace office.
Okay, so he doesn't appear to be like trying to screw me. He's just like, here you go, on your way.
Well, we screwed ourselves out of like 500 gold, so it's probably cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, he got a bargain, so.
Yeah.
There are 3. If you take out take a look at those gems. There are 3,000 gold piece diamonds on the table in front of you.
Cool. I think I'm going to just sort of wait for Martinique to finish getting,
I mean, it might
from
be
the sounds that are
getting
coming
slammed.
from the little cubby in which he and his lady friend are entwined, it sounds like it's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
Or maybe 15 or
I'm
20.
just gonna.
Does this guy sell like anything besides just weapons?
If you can be used to kill someone, they sell it. If not, probably not.
Okay. Well, he has like diamonds, apparently. For example, like, does he have any pearls?
So
Can I get a
diamonds
pearl
are
or two
typically.
off him?
I mean, if you want to go buy a 1,000 gold piece pearl, you would probably, or if you want to go buy a pearl of a particular value, you'd probably want to go to a jewel smith. There are jewelers.
Okay.
So large gems worth of lots of gold pieces are just a convenient way for people to condense money because 1,000 gold is gigantic and heavy. So.
Gotcha. I need 100 gold white pearl as a
you can go to a jeweler's and buy one. So if you want to go to a jeweler's, there's definitely a jewelry shop in the Grand Bazaar. There are several. So
okay. Well, we now have 3250 gold that's communal right after our sales and our looting for the 250 plus 3,000. So I guess we should probably just split that up 5 ways or whatever.
Yeah. So we each get 650 worth of gold, basically.
okay.
Yes.
All right, so Martinique comes out, zipping up his pants and brushing off his slacks, and he's like, "Oh, yeah."
Are we ready?
You guys divvy up your gold.
Barnatos is just going to be divvying it up while Martinique's finishing up.
All right, so Bardatos is over there with his cash machine counted out. You actually go find you go find a changer that turns the 1,000 gold piece gems into 1,000 gold. So you guys wander over to a money changer stall, and they take it does cost you 10 gold to have the change ripped out, and then they give you actual stacks of gold. So each of you now has 650 gold.
Sweet.
Less. Well, somebody had to pay the 10, so somebody got 640 gold, or you each got 647. However you want to divvy that.
I'll take the hit on that.
Okay.
All right, Tink pays the changer's fee.
Thank you, Mike.
And you're at the Grand Bazaar, so there's bustling. People are everywhere, running around. People are fresh fishing it. They're horking stuff and selling things, and like, oh, check out this lamp. It's got a genie in it. And there's a guy rubbing a clearly broken brass lantern. Stuff everywhere.
So I'm gonna look for the magic armor place.
There's a couple.
Yeah, I'll come along.
There's
Let's do
one
some
that
selling.
deals in more softish goods like leather armors and robes and more of your soft stuff, and then there's a couple other armors who deal in heavier stuff like splint mail, plate mail.
Yeah,
I gotta sell a
I need
robe.
some.
I'll
I
go
need
to
some
the
light
robe guy.
armor.
Okay, so you and Biddy are probably going to go to the same shop then. All right. Anybody else going to do any shopping?
I'm thinking about it, but I'm just gonna look around. I guess I'll just wander.
Okay, so you might surf through that thing of magic items I linked in there.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want to look around or any products you want to buy. So, Slexy wanders off. He's just sort of browsing the Grand Bazaar. Biddy, you and Bardatos and Tigerius rather, you guys head over to Mike's Soft Goods, and looks like a nice little shop. It sort of looks like more of a haberdashery than an armory, but they do have all your various and sundry light armors. You wander in.
Can I do a check?
There's a human guy standing behind the counter. He's like, "Oh, hey, morning, gents. What's up? I'm Mike. Can I help you? What are you looking for?"
Can I do a quick check on just knowing what the robe of eyes is approximately worth?
What's its rarity?
Oh, I would have to look it up.
I don't recall off the cuff what the rarity.
Sorry,
of
give me one second.
is.
I'll figure it out. It's rare.
So about 2,500 gold ish.
Okay. Barditas, can I give this to you and see if you can haggle to sell it for maybe 3K, or at least start at 3K and see what we can get out of it? Since you got a lot more charisma than me.
Sure.
So what are you doing? So Biddy takes off his clothes, starts stripping down. Guy's like, "Oh, hey, we got a room for that there. Go, no," he points to a changing room. You know, just start taking your gear off right here in the middle of the store. That's over there. Also, normally people aren't coming in to take off clothes. We sell clothes, sort of. You guys are a weird lot. What are you doing?
We're looking to do some buying, but we also have something that we'd be looking to sell to help offset our costs.
Got it. Point of interest, kid. Usually you don't come in wearing the merchandise, but just for future reference, that's a little weird. Anyway, I mean, we can deduct the price of laundering the garment, I guess, if you're looking to sell it. Is it magic of some variety? What do you got? And at this point, Biddy comes out of the changing room now in what I'm assuming is like a t-shirt and underwear.
I think Mike,
carrying a robe of eyes.
Mike can be grateful they weren't magic underpants.
Biddy's just in his undies and a cloak, carrying a robe of eyes.
You were supposed to wear undies under that? I'm sorry.
Okay, so Biddy's wearing a cloak and he's naked. Dude, hey, here. The guy throws you a sheet. He's like, "Put that on, otherwise you're gonna get arrested."
Oh, thank you, my good man.
I mean, we'll get you. We can put some replacement in. We got some bartering to do here. I'm guessing you're really interested in selling this robe. Maybe wear some pants next time. Good God!
I'll put on my free toga of decency here and strut up to the counter along with Barditas.
All right, you now have like a handkerchief wrapped around your junk.
Can I use my prestidigitation to have something just hover in front of his
Yes,
junk?
Barditas uses prestidigitation and makes a magic fig leaf appear in front of Biddy's junk.
Perfect. And yeah.
All right.
So we're
No, I get it.
so
Let's
we're
take a
looking
look at your robe, kid. So he grabs the robe and starts looking. He's like, "Oh, mind if I try it on?" Well, you know what? Haven't seen when it just came off. I'm going to trust that it works. Well, he starts fingering the cloth and looking it over. He's like, "Well, it's pretty good shape. What'd you have in mind for it, kid? They're for the sale."
What did we say? 2,500?
That would be the typical market
Start with
price
3K and see. Yeah, see if you can talk him up to 3K. Otherwise, we can go work our way down. But let's haggle a little bit.
So obviously, with the garment that's this quality, I was thinking something in the range of 3,000.
Oh, eyes are a little bigger than your belly there, champ. But let's get down to brass tacks. So go ahead and make a. We're gonna do some haggling here. So make a persuasion roll.
$19.
Yeah, $3,000 is gonna be a little high. I'm thinking more like $2,250 plus some clothes for your naked friend there. I'll throw those in.
Who's to say we won't be a customer if we're able to get a little more for this? I don't know. Could maybe he can give us like 2,500 and a discount on our purchases or something.
Let's say $2,250, some clothes to cover your, let's face it, shame, and then maybe we'll see about discounts depending on if you guys want to buy some other stuff. Sound fair?
I mean that seems fine because I think we used one of the eyes from the robe, so.
I mean, it doesn't have uses; it just does stuff.
It's not consumable.
So,
yeah, I know.
So, all right then. What do you want to throw in? We'll just we'll think of this more as like a bartering situation. What do you want from me besides clothes to cover the Irish curse there?
I was looking for some, for some kind of enchanted leather armor for
All
myself.
right, well, 1 second. Hey, Marguerite, can you help this naked man? And a lady comes from the back of the shop, and she's like, sir, let's get you in. Come with me, please. And she ushers you off. Being careful to not look underneath your fig leaf. She's got, like, pins and needles sticking out of her hair and a tape measure, and she starts measuring you up. So she's over and taking Biddy's measurements. Clearly, she's fitting you for some clothing, Biddy.
Wonderful.
Leather armor, then. All right. Well, let's head back to the light section here. And he takes you and leads you back to a section of various and sundry armors. And there's all kinds of stuff. There's leather, studded leather. He's got any kind of light armor you can imagine. The selection here is pretty good. So this is where Silk tells Pete what kind of thing you want to buy.
I want something that bumps up my AC. So I'm a little bit harder to hit.
What kind of armor are you currently wearing? And what kind of armor are you proficient in?
I'm proficient in light armor.
Okay, so probably you want to go with studded leather then is going to be about your best bet. What's your dex current?
My dex is 16.
Okay, so you have +3. Studded leather armor then is probably going to be your best bet because studded leather would let you take full advantage of your dexterity. And it's the heaviest armor in that class.
Okay.
So now we're just talking about, I'm assuming you want some magical studded leather rather than just regular studded leather?
Yeah.
How big of a bonus are you looking for? And do you want any sort of enchantment other than just extra armor? Because if you want just like +1 studded leather, they definitely will have that. But if you want something more elaborate, like say you want a medium armor, like a mithril chain shirt, which is technically a light armor because it's mithril, that's the kind of thing they probably wouldn't have. So,
yeah, I was just sort of like imagining just getting like a +1 type studded leather armor.
Okay, because there are leather armors that do other things too, like give you bonuses to stealth, and there's all kinds of assortment of magic items.
The stealth one might be good. Scrolling through, looking to see if there's anything else that would be.
So that link I posted in Discord should be, I believe it's like a searchable thing where you can give it properties, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can filter by item type or tags.
Yeah. So if you want to, all right. So Biddy, you're getting fitted for a suit of clothing. Bardatos, you can look around through there and kind of get an idea of what it is that you're looking for. While you do that, we can circle back to Slexy. What are you looking for here? You're wandering around the bazaar.
Yeah. An amulet. How much would a rare or a very rare one be?
So rare is going to be usually around 5,000 gold. Very rare is going to be 10,000. Actually, sorry, very rare is 20,000.
All right, and is that the same for most magic items?
So the way that I price magic items is items just fall into a category. Uncommon stuff is 500 gold. Rare stuff is 5,000. So uncommon is 500. Rare is 5,000. Very rare is 20,000, and then it goes. Once you get beyond very rare, you get to like wondrous, and they don't really have prices so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Those kind of things are not sort of the things that you would typically find for sale. Like those are the kind of things you deliberately have to usually go look for.
You either have them made or they are, they're one of a kind in the store.
Correct. So anything like a very rare, for instance, could be a +3, could be up to a +3 enhancement bonus. So
yeah.
So amulets come in all sorts of different flavors. What particular kind of amulet are you looking for?
Oh, I have one, but I don't really want to get it unless it's rare, so I don't have enough for that. But I might. Would it be possible to pick up a Cloak of Protection, uncommon?
Absolutely, yeah. You can find a Cloak of Protection, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to pick one of those up.
Okay, you go over to a merchant shop, and there's a lady. She's like, "Hey, come on in, Claire's Cloaks. We got all sorts of cloaks. What are you looking for? You're a fancy lad. You need something dashing. I've got just the thing for you." And she wanders over to a cabinet and pulls out a very dark blue cloak with silver maple leaves woven onto it in a nice pattern. It's very pretty.
Yeah,
what do you think of this? Beautiful. It is not magical, however. It's just a nice cloak.
Do you have any magical cloaks?
Not judge. So a truly fancy lad. Oh, I'll take you back to the VIP section, sir. And she escorts you back behind like a little velvet roped area. And there's a bunch of different cloaks there. So she points at a rack and she's like, "What kind of cloak are you looking for?" You said Cloak of Protection? That rack right there. And
Okay.
there's a bunch of racks of them.
I'll wander over and
That
grab
mining
one up.
guy is back at work on the road over here, you guys.
Okay.
He's working on this hole.
So you pick one that you like the look of and try it on. And, good fit, whatnot. Good quality. Seems in order to you. Is that the one then, sir?
Yeah, this looks good to me.
Let's get you rung up then, sweetie. She leads you back to the front and she's like 500 gold.
I'm not going to haggle.
Okay.
I'm not the type.
500 gold changes hands and you now have a Cloak of Protection. Colonel, what are you up to?
I wanted to see if I could swing by a shoe store and maybe find some boots of elven kind. Uncommon.
Okay. Yes. If you go to a leatherworking shop, or actually you go to a cobbler, you come on in, and there is a very, very, very skinny orc who is in there. He's like, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Hey, I'm looking for some new kicks.
All right. Well, I can tell you're an adventurer sort. You got something magic in mind? What are you looking for?
I was hoping for something that would help me be a little more quiet, a little more stealthy, not get my ass kicked so much, you know.
Keeping it on the down low. I like yeah, okay. Down on the down low. That's the way I like it, too.
Well, you know, my
Just
lover's
ask my
husband
wife. Anyway, over here. I've used these to sneak out on her before. He takes you over to a rack of shoes. These are just the things you want. He hands you a pair of boots that are like really supple leather, and they've got some like leaf patterns and stitched into them. They look nice. And also, when he sets them down on the floor, they don't make any noise.
This is exactly what I had in mind. How much you want for these?
These usually run about 500 gold pieces there, kid. But I like you, so I'm going to give you a discount. 495 gold pieces.
How about for 75 and a cup of coffee?
Well, make a persuasion roll.
Oh no, not good. 11.
Yeah, so let's just make it 500 then, because
well, you can't win them all.
I'm trying to take advantage of my generous nature here, so. They're yours if you got 500 winglangs.
I do. I'm paying full.
All right, you cash them up. He hands you a pair of shoes in a nice shoebox. See you around, kid. Or maybe I won't now that you're super sneaky.
I give him the finger guns.
He smiles and waves. Come again. You know, like not sneaking in and stealing stuff, but you know what I mean. Tink, anything you want to do at the Grand Bazaar?
Well, I think I need to atone for all of the bloodshed that we've committed recently. So I'm going to head off to the Mercy Hospital that I went to when we first arrived. I think it was.
Yep.
It was a soup kitchen, hospital, Chandria sort of place.
Yep.
So I'll just go off there and serve some soup and offer some medical services. Anything I can do for the afternoon.
Okay, so Tink goes down to the local homeless shelter and serves them some gruel and then begins checking their teeth, I'm assuming, for various and sundry dentistry, which, honestly, there are some people who are in need of dental services, so if you want to cast some cantrips to mend their teeth, all right.
General medicine, the whole lot.
Tink begins mending farmer cavities and spends an hour or so doing that. Do you know the mending cantrip, Tink?
I don't believe so.
I think you do.
I thought mending was like inanimate objects or something, but I guess teeth are
it works on teeth.
semi-animate.
I'm willing to allow it to work on teeth.
Nice.
I haven't got it in my list, but yes, it is one. It is a cleric.
Okay, so Tink is down doing dentistry for the homeless.
Nice.
After feeding them soup, so he gives them a soup and is like, "Hey, let me check your teeth." And he's basically treating them like horses, but also fixing their teeth, so they're not really complaining. Anything
Plus
else?
7 medicine. Plus 7 medicine.
Anything else?
Well,
Tink?
once it finishes,
Tink's doing like wisdom teeth extractions and whatnot. Okay.
Oh god.
I mean, like, venereal problems, I can take care of that as well. But
those take actual spells to fix. No cantrip fixes VD.
Cure wounds. Well, I thought we
lesser
I developed
some would cure VD.
Exactly. I developed some skill in dealing with abrasions of this sexual kind
after. That's not
shit.
That stuff doesn't require any spells.
No. Okay.
So Tink is just employing himself at the medical craft, but not using any actual spell slots. And then also Tink's house of general. He's a gentle practitioner and dentist. Okay.
Yeah, and after when it's finished, I donate 100 gold.
Okay, they will take your money.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, so that's got Tink sorted. Back to Biddy and Bardatos. Then you guys are still here at was it Mike's?
So can I get sword leather armor, possibly enchanted with quickness, so I can get a little extra movement speed?
Is there an item that you're looking at? Is it just called Armor of Quickness?
It just says that's it's an enchantment for armor.
Do you want just regular armor? What does the enchantment do? What does quickness do? Plus 10 feet. To
increases the wearer speed by 5 feet.
It will be studded leather armor, but it won't. If you want the studded leather armor of quickness, it won't give you any magical bonus, but that would be an uncommon item. So just the armor of quickness. So it'd have the same armor bonus of studded leather, but also give you the extra movement speed.
Cool. I think that's probably the direction to go then.
Okay. 500 gold.
So can I just question something? The with the items that we looted from Pew Pew's joint, I've got a silk robe that was there. Now, the bronze crown and the tapestry both had the Donald logos, but I wasn't sure that the Donald
that robe was also confiscated, unless you were wearing it.
Oh, okay. But if it didn't have the logo, how would they assume it wasn't just our items anyway?
Because they know that you robbed his house. And you had a pile of valuable stuff. They assumed that it was evidence, so they took it.
Fair enough.
The things they didn't take were things that they couldn't say were specifically stolen, just things that adventurers might also have.
Sure.
So since I'm at the armor store here with Bardatos, do they sell bracers of defense by any chance?
Not here, and also those would be relatively expensive. But you'd have to go to a different location for that.
Okay, well I'll probably leave then. I don't think I need anything here.
Okay, so after the exchange, then if you want to buy that armor, you're gonna get 1740 back. So you'll get your studded leather armor, and Biddy, you have a set of fine clothes now.
Yeah, are the sale price though was
2250, and then they took
2250. So yeah, so we'll say the 510 can, since Bardatos is buying that, presumably that's coming out of his share or whatever. But it'll be
1740 is what he's going to give you. You guys can split it up however you want.
Yeah, so we took the original 2250 and divided it up. It would be 375 to everybody, and we'll just say Bardatos paid for his thing if that works.
All right, so you're down an extra 510.
I'll just go.
You bought Biddy a fancy suit. Biddy, you are decked out now in like a sweet ass double-breasted Indochino number. Like you look good.
Oh, nice.
Can I'm gonna disguise myself so I also appear to have a nice suit.
Okay, your hat of disguise allows you are now wearing exactly the same thing that Biddy is wearing. You guys are twinsies.
Fantastic.
I'll give everybody. I'll just distribute the 375 to everybody so that we're all squared away on the money here, and then look for a jeweler's actually somewhere that would have jewels and amulets. That's what I'm looking for.
You wander into a shop and there's a lady orc who's behind the counter. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stop. Looking for something for your fiance? Maybe it looks like you're all dressed up for a wedding."
Well, thank you. Actually, I'm a bachelor at the moment, but I am looking for a little something to brighten my day.
Well, you may want to try over at the Body Maid then, because we don't really do that
here. You're even funnier than I thought. Could I? Do you happen to have amulets of health? I think I wanted to see if I can purchase an amulet of health.
We can take a look. What's the rarity on an amulet of health, Biddy?
It is rare.
They will not have those here, no.
Oh, I see. Any way I could acquire one, I wonder.
You would have to go to like a different variety of magical vendor. This is more of an actual just a jewelry store.
I see. Well, how about some pearls then? I just need some 100 gold pearls for my
of course.
Get my day a little luckier.
She reaches down under her coat and pulls out like a bin. So she's got like a handful of them. Here you go. If you just need some pearls, making a necklace for your sweetie.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Wait, are we doing a body made thing again with the pearl necklace? I don't.
Look, you started that one. All right.
Okay, you're right. I walked into
that.
it. So you just want one? That seems a little weird but okay. She will happily sell you. Okay, she will happily sell you 3 pearls.
Yeah, I'll buy 300 gold pearls.
Okay,
so
she sells you 3 pearls.
And I actually have 2 diamonds in my inventory that I'd forgotten about. I think I got them from our caravan friends as some sort of payment.
Those are just
how
money.
much are these worth?
Okay.
Do you know what they're worth?
I don't remember. That was how they paid you.
Gotcha.
I think I had it down as a 500. I had it down as a 500 GP gem plus 100 as sort of.
I believe that is correct. It's 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds. I mean,
okay. I have it down as me having 2 diamonds. So you said
one was 100 and one is 500. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So 6. Can I just add 600 to my gold then?
Correct. Yeah. If you want to exchange those, she'll give you market value for those. Yes.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So you have 600 gold. Where are you keeping all this gold, by the way?
In my pouch. I don't know. I guess should keep them in the
600 gold is like a chest of gold. Like there's a reason people keep their money in gems, because gold is hard to carry and it weighs a fucking ton.
Okay, well I'll change all of my or most of my money into gems to be easier to move. I'm just keeping it as a number, so I remember.
And that's the best way to do it. Just write down the number of gold you have. But it's pretty unusual for adventurers to actually be like, I have 10,000 gold. Well, probably you have like 1 ruby the size of your fist. You're not carrying around a wagon load of gold.
I just wanted to change it out so I didn't lose track of how much I have.
Yeah, that's
fine.
fine.
2135 in whatever form after this transaction.
Yeah, just keep total of a number of gold points, or the number of actual gold pieces you have. And in most places, you can always trade gems and money or fungibly. People use gems as money here because it's just it's much easier than literally toting around wagons full of gold.
So how much actually did the party divvy from our last round of loot? Just to make sure that I'm keeping the right numbers and not
250 apiece.
Okay.
That was
Where was it from?
That was from selling the robe, I believe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I thought you meant because there was nothing.
375 from the latest sale of the robe with 375 apiece. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just buy my pearls, and then I do want to see if I can. I guess I probably don't have enough because it'll be like 5k to get the amulet that I want. How about somewhere that has a broom of flying? I guess I'll go look for one of those.
Yeah, you can find a shop that would have the. So you wander around. I'm assuming you guys all went back together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys all meet up at a taco stand and grab some tacos, and you guys are like, everybody done shopping? And he's like, well, I want to go look for a broom, and then so you guys head on over to Merlin's. You head on over to Merlin's maladroit magic items. And it's just like a weird assortment of all kinds of goofball shit. There's like weird glasses with funky lenses in them, and there's like, there's a bunch of brooms, and you got like lanterns and all kinds of weird shit. There's like jars of dust.
It's like a Hot Topic or something.
It's more like a junk store. Think more like an antique store with all kinds of like weird knickknacks. There's like decks of cards and magic bird cages and all kinds of weird shit.
Well, hello, my good man. Would you happen to have a broom of flying? I'm looking to take to the air.
Welcome to Merlin's. I'm Merlin. How are you? This guy is very old and craggy. He looks very much just like Merlin the magician. So, a broom of flying, is it then? Oh, well, right this way. Perhaps a game of Quidditch, then? Ha 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 ha! Come along. And he leads you back into the back, and there's a whole rack of brooms. There's like you should try this one. It's the Squidditch 5000. Or maybe this one. God. They call it the Snitch Snatcher.
That was my nickname back in high school.
Hey-o.
Hey.
I was the Snatch Snitcher, so mine went the other way.
You tattled on people's snatches?
Yeah, I ratted them out when they had sex.
Pete's the type who kisses and tells.
Not true. Anyway, there's tons of brooms of flying. They're 500 gold.
Are they all the same, or
They look different. So if you want to pick your particular flavor, like one has flames and another one has a racing stripe. So there's all kinds of different brands, but they all do the same thing. They're brooms that
I want the most lawyer-looking broom.
Okay,
more of a
so
dustpan. Really.
you go find one that looks like a classic push broom. Like it's not the classic like sweet broom, like a straw broom that Anti-M would have used. It's like an industrial shaped push broom that you would use to like sweep out a warehouse. It's very prim and proper, and it doesn't have a thatch of straw at the end. It's actually just like bristles ordered in a row.
Just my kind of broom. I'll take one of
the
these.
The Stickmaster 5000. Perfect for the man who has a stick up his ass.
Yeah, you know me.
I do indeed. Let's get some cash. 500 of those gold pieces, please.
Really turn it to Mario
for just a second, yeah.
I'll hand over my gold and take my broom.
Okay. Please come again if you ever need any magical oddities here at Merlin's Maladroit Magic Items. Perhaps a magic bird cage. I can't get rid of it. Please buy the bird cage. Have an apparatus of Qualish in the back that's been here for 40 years. Please buy it.
What is that?
An apparatus of Qualish is literally a submarine that's shaped like a lobster. It's a lobster submarine.
That's awesome.
Alright, well, you guys leave, and Merlin's sweeping quietly over and kicking a lobster submarine. Stupid piece of shit, I'm never getting rid of you.
I feel like there's a deal to be had here. We can get.
Yeah, they're legendary. It's a legendary item, apparently.
They really are.
Somebody have a bag of holding we can put it in. Maybe we can turn this for a profit.
We do, don't we?
We definitely a bag of holding. Yeah. It currently has cheese in it. They took all the other papers and stuff because that was evidence, but they left the cheese. You cannot put an apparatus of Qualish in a bag of holding. The bag of holding will explode.
Damn.
Okay, it's a giant submarine, so
yeah, it's a giant lobster submarine. Yeah, it's like one of the least practical magic items in D&D.
It would be a pretty stylish way of locomoting, though.
Nope, because it's slow as fuck. It's like slower than a horse. If you're traveling overland, you're vastly better to just get a horse, and if you're traveling overseas, you're way better off to just get a boat.
Oh my god.
Like, they're bad. The apparatus of Qualish is a stupid thing that shouldn't exist, but does, because D&D is D&D.
I do like the idea, but it doesn't sound very practical.
Anyway, you guys wander out of Merlin's, who's still quietly sobbing, stand outside listening to an old man weep.
How's everyone doing? We feel shopped out?
I hate to keep shopping us till we drop, but before we go, can I try to quick buy an absorb elements that I can eventually scribe into my spell book? I want one of those.
What level spell is that?
It's first level.
50 gold then.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that.
So you can go over. Biddy takes you guys over by the Silver Sages because he's a member and it's also on the way, and they will absolutely sell you a scroll of absorb elements. Yeah, it's 50 gold.
It's something I can copy it down and learn it, right?
You can just copy it straight into your spellbook from the scroll, yeah. And when you're done, you can actually also still use the scroll to cast it once, too.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Does it take a spell slot to use the scroll, or
no?
Scrolls are like magic items that. So that basically, when you scribe a scroll, what you do is you take a spell that you could cast and cast it into the scroll, and the scroll stores it. And then instead of casting a spell from one of your spell slots, you just cast it off the scroll, and the scroll burns to ash. So Scribing Scrolls is a thing you can do with Arcana. Basically, you're just making very minor magic items. How long it takes and how much it costs, because you do have to like have magic ink and stuff to write them down. But how long it takes and how much it costs depends on the level of the spell. So level 1
But it's also sort of like buying an extra spell slot for the day, right? Because they don't have to burn a spell slot.
Except the day that you make the scroll, you have to cast the spell into it. So you use the spell slot when you make the scroll. So like, for instance, say on a day when you're not doing anything and you have slots that are going to go unused, you can scribe them into scrolls and then use the scrolls later.
Sick.
So
nice. Okay.
It's sort of like a bank of it's a way to bank spells if you want to do that, but it's also time consuming and sort of expensive. Once you start doing it, it does spells like a second level spell. I think a first level spell is 50 gold and that takes an hour. I think a second level I'd have to look it up, but I think a second level spell is like 100 gold and takes like 2 hours. Once you start getting like high level spells, it becomes really expensive and takes a long time.
Well, in that case, can I buy a Misty Step as well?
What level is that?
Scroll. That's a second level.
Now I'm gonna have
Second
to look
level.
and see how much it costs. Hold on a second, because that one I
Sorry.
don't have to look up.
I'm wasting a lot of our time, but this is
Nah,
gonna be
you're
useful
good.
stuff.
A little bit of preparation sometimes pays big dividends later on when we run ourselves into a stupid situation.
There's B. I'm looking up. Give me just a second.
I also want to share. Iskar put a really bad pun in chat. I'm going to share it during this interlude.
Please don't.
Why do thieves wear leather armor? Because it's made of hide.
Ow. That's criminal.
Yeah, that's giving me a nosebleed. I'm just going to have to go off to the bathroom.
I'm with Tink actually. That's bad.
That was courtesy of Iskar.
Let's see.
Courtesy might be generous, of course.
So that will cost you 100 gold, Biddy.
Very good. Yeah, I'll get a absorb elements and a Misty Step, and whenever I have downtime, I'll work on scribing that in. I don't know how long that takes.
No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, so it would be, 150 gold total.
You got it, my good man.
Okay. At level 3, it jumps up a bit, goes to 500. All right, so you got your scrolls then, and you guys are outside the Silver Sages Guild, which is like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile away from the Body Maid, if that's your ultimate destination. You want to go somewhere else? Yeah, let me know where.
Do I have time to scribe any of these, or does that take?
It takes hours. It takes an hour per level of the spell. So it'll take you 3 hours total to write both of those in your book.
Okay. Well, I'll do it whenever I have time.
Do you have to do it in one go?
No, you could do one and then the other, but
And say it's a 6th level spell. Can you do 3 hours and then?
Yeah, you can break it down. Yeah, you don't have to do it all in a single sitting. Yeah.
I'll just put in. Can I just put in a standing order that I'm going to work on scribing this whenever we have downtime, and you just let me know when I've got these.
Yeah, whenever. I mean, when you've got an evening or something, it doesn't have to be like you can do it as part of a short rest and stuff like that too. So.
Sure. Or even if I'm just sitting around, I'll just work on scribing it.
Yeah, just like while you're sitting on a wagon next time, you can just scribe those. Yeah.
Sure thing.
Okay.
So
you guys head over to the Body Maid then. All right, I'm gonna take a very quick break because Pete has to pee. So I will be right back. Everybody, let's take 5 and go do a little peeing. Everybody pee, grab some coffee.
Group P.
Nice.
Time to pee.
I will be right back.